Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and from the interior of British Columbia. So, welcome to my YouTube or my Facebook page. I really appreciate it when you do join me, whether you're joining me live or whether you're joining me on a replay or watch me from many, many months in the past. I truly appreciate that you have come and watched my video. This is Thursday. This is part of my Now What series. So I picked something from my studio, and I have to be honest, I have picked many of things today. And I'm going to tell you how I finally got to the process of actually doing what we're using today. Um, Originally, I was going to do something with, let me just go on down to my desktop. Hello. Originally, I was going to do something with this frosted forest and, you know, the beautiful masks that go with it. Confession, it's a good thing I didn't go with this because I have put those masks somewhere and I do not know where they are. Actually, I see them right now. They're on the table. But I wanted to show you this particular stamp set and the bundle. Just a couple of things about it because I think it is absolutely amazing. And the only thing I saw when I actually looked at this bundle, I saw the masks and I thought, oh, well, here we go again. We're going to do something with the masks again. But I am going to do something today that I hope inspires you to look a little bit further. And it's not a big thing, really not a big thing. But we have our deciduous and our coniferous trees. I like the fact that this goes on here to put the leaves all in here. Or you can just have a leaf that has no trees. I think this is like a stamp set for all seasons. You know, and I think this would look really neat in one of those 4 frame things where you've got the 4 different seasons. I remember we did something like that years ago. You could have these on trees that are in the orangey colors for the fall, and then you could have them in the green colors for the spring. This could be with winter. This can be, you know, anyways. I think this would be just amazing. But I've got to tell you and show you a couple of things with this, which kind of shocked me until I started playing with it. Now, this one has, we'll show you, and it has it for both of them. This die, I thought, oh, well, we're gonna die cut this out and I'm gonna get a frame like that. No, it doesn't work that way. This is how it actually looked. And I thought, well, that looks interesting. I think you could do something with that, make that look interesting. So that didn't pan out, but what this itself is for is to cut the stamped image out, which is great, right? Oh, and just so that you know how much I appreciate you. I do like talking with my people as they do join me on the live. And if you don't like that part, just scoot on by. But hello to Kay and to Judy and to Laura, to Sandra. Thanks for the awesome visit today, Sandra. Lila, Colleen, Karen. Oh my goodness. Beverly. Oh, Pam. Amazing. It's just amazing that you guys have joined me. It really does humble me that you do join me live. All right, so we're going to actually play with these ones. I do like these trees. They're probably, this reminds me so much of birch trees, but then this looks like, this to me is fall because the leaves have gone and yeah, anyways. And it has these birds in here and they're beautiful birds in there as well. And then, of course, your snow, empty trees there. So anyways, we're going to use these two. I'm not even going to use one of the sentiments on here. I think this would be great, too, is thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. I think that's great. That's a great one of words of encouragement. But I wanted something a little bit different. So what was I doing? I'm getting ready for my big BOGO event on Sunday. It's all the brand new stuff from the last 2, like from the annual catalog and the J&A catalog. And then I've been all over the place. I'm kind of not keeping focused on one sort of thing. And then I looked at the Thoughtful Journey paper and I thought, wow, that's really pretty paper. You know, Stampin' Up! Really outdid themselves. And then I came across this paper. And this is what inspired me to make this card and show you what this can do. So this paper is beautiful with the thoughtful wishes stuff. Well, this is Thoughtful Journey. There's the other one and all the dies that go with it. But I want to show you how you can intermingle a bunch of the different dies and not be stuck in that I don't know if we want to really say it, a rut, but where you use only the dies that correspond with that. Because honestly, Stampin' Up! Does such an amazing job to incorporate so many different things together. So yes. Hello, Beverly. You've got this set. So I'm just showing you something that I thought of, not necessarily something you should do, but something that I've thought of. Okay. Now, another thing that I thought of afterwards when I cut something out there, oh my goodness, can you imagine putting this on a silhouette? It's so pretty. I think you could do so much with that sort of thing. Oh, and I just thought of another thing that I could possibly do. I'm going to maybe try that. Anyways, so there's that. See how things just pop and they just sort of go into mind. So on this piece of paper, so what I did was I went and I took some Misty Moonlight because I wanted to bring out the color and everything else. So let's just put that off to the side. So I have this 5.5 by 8.5 and I scored it at 4 1/4. And you know, I don't know, my perspective is off. This looks bigger than the 5.5 inches, but it isn't. So I'm not sure. Anyways, I've scored it at 4 1/4 and we're going to fold into the mountain, which is that group. You're folding into the mountain part. And I always say fold into the part that you think you shouldn't be folding into is probably the best way to do it. Hello, Diane from Australia. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. So like I say, then I looked at this paper and I thought, well, let's do some fresh freesia on there as well. The best way to get your color combinations and what works and everything else is look at the DSP. The concept artists in Stampin' Up! Are amazing at what they do. And remember not call the new mini catalog the S to D catalog. Why is that? I call it whatever it comes to. Why would you say that, Colleen? Because it is the S to D catalog. Oh, yeah, it's not really, if you say it a certain way, it doesn't sound very good, does it? I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but hello, Lorraine. Anyways, this is going to go on here, and this happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. No, this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I did this one 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I just wanted a bare little thing around there, and that just sort of adds to it like that. So I'm just going to come in. We're just going to glue that on. I love this piece here. I used this the other day. See, I get stuck on certain things, and I think that's why I do see some of that stuff. I do have a pesky little fly in here too. All right, so this is just going to go onto here. Hello, Lorraine and Marjorie. Had a great visit today. A lot of my team members were here today. It's a great, well-needed visit. So then that's just going to go on there, but I'm going to leave this for the time being. And then I thought, well, let's go in and let's do some die cutting. So I thought if we have this and we can just go and see, we're tying that in. I could have done it on this side, but there's too many trees on that side. So I'm just going to go, I'm thinking one can go here. And when I did kind of look at this, I did think, oh, I wonder if I could use that fresh freesia side. Honestly, when I put it down, it didn't look very good. So we're just going to leave that like that. And so I've got one big Misty Moonlight one basic white one, and one Misty Moonlight. Now, I actually could go a basic white smaller tree and then a Misty Moonlight tree. And that might be the route that I'm going to go on there. That kind of looks okay. Oh, yes. Yes, that's right, Colleen. And that's what I said. Ooh, I think I've got it. All right. So I think we'll put those on there like that. And the unfortunate part is we can't really raise it up, but I think the best way to put these trees together is by a glue dot. See, I'm really using these glue dots a lot. Okay, so let's go in here and we're just gonna, I think we'll just put this on there because there's something I might want to do in a bit. So I'm just gonna put this onto here because I want to have those sort of all in one piece. So we'll just put some there. Hello, Donna. There we go. Yeah, we had some of the most interesting conversations today. Child discipline was quite the interesting topic. All right. So, you know me, I'm probably going to want to emboss, right? But I really like, now this was another thing that I was thinking of using today was that vellum from the Golden Greenery. But I really like this particular vellum. And I thought, geez, that'll look kind of nice across there, but we can't just leave the vellum across there. We got to kind of stamp on it. Now I am hoping, and we're going to see how this works. We don't know how it's going to work because I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to come in with my clear embossing powder. Because you know me, I got to emboss. And I think if I said I was going to emboss for the whole week, I'd have problems doing embossing for the full week. Isn't that the mental sort of thing that you look into? All right. So I have some. Now, it does take longer for things to dry on vellum. So if you know that part, then you know that this might be a wise decision to make. Is I'm coming with this vellum, and see it's a snowy type vellum, and I want a really nice sentiment. So I thought this sentiment, I like all of this, but thinking of you fondly was something that just came today that I thought, oh, that's a beautiful saying. So I'm coming in with my Misty Moonlight. I need my, and you can do this with any stamp. It probably should work a little bit better with the vellum. Whoops, we can't do that until we use our embossing buddy. This will work a little bit better with the vellum because it takes longer for it to dry. So we're just going to come in. Let's get that. I want this about here. I could use the foam sheets, Felicia, but I'll be honest with you. I should have used wax paper to cut these out because they were, it was quite thin. And what was happening was, oh, got to stop talking. I got to get this done. I'll just get that embossing powder on there. Okay, so just getting them out of the dies was a bit of a challenge. And I'm thinking because it's so fine that I don't think the foam sheets would be good. Now, the adhesive sheets would work. But you know what? The way I'm doing this sort of thing, I'm going to be able to pop this part up anyways. All right, so I have that stamped in Misty Moonlight, and I put on clear embossing powder. And this should, we don't know yet. We will see. We're testing this right now. So I'm just going to come in. This has the clear embossing powder. And we've got to be careful because this is on vellum, and it does tend to curl our vellum. But there we go. And see, that's going to show those words, where if I did that on a white, I'm not sure if it would have shown or not. So this is just going to go here. Now, if I need to, and I don't think that'll show up very good. Well, we could do that like that. You know what? I'm going to just come in. Oh, Beverly, I appreciate what you're saying. Beverly went and said, I wanted to thank you for all the embossing you demonstrate. It has really helped you to be more comfortable with it. Not that I ever will be as fast and smooth as you. Of course you will be. But thank you. I do like my embossing. Okay, so do we want to put some blue behind there? Or do we want, here, do we want that like that? Or do we want to have some of this blue behind here? Hello, Dolores, and hello, Ina. So I don't know which one would be the best. I was wanting to, you can't, by me not leaving it, but by leaving it just plain. If it was plain and vellum, it would have worked. But I don't think you would see it as much. So I'm actually going to use that. I'm going to cut this like this. Whoops. This vellum is amazing. Think of this as snow. Oh, I'm going to just put that there. And I'm going to come in with my glue dots again. But that was a great idea to mention about those foam, the foam sheets. I do not know. I have not tried it, but good call. Without the blue. Blue makes it show up better. So I've got one saying it's easier to see without the blue, and one saying it shows up more with the blue. Oh, okay. So Ina said with the blue. Okay, I will put it on with the blue, and I'm going to like it because of the blue, because I'm going to tell you that I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put those trees back here. So it's going to work okay that I can use my glue dots. These glue dots are near the end, so they kind of scrunch up a little bit. Could just be your screen. So I'm just going to put this here. I should have maybe used a Night of Navy instead of the Misty Moonlight is what my thought is. Okay, so that's going to go there. With your screen, let me see. The dark matte looks good. Okay, so let's just leave it like that. You're going to see it. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this part here. Now, see, with this, I can, because I put it on a mat, I can use dimensionals. That's a good point. And because this is going to go like this, by using dimensionals, that's also going to pop these trees up a tiny little bit. Whether that's a good thing or not, we're not too sure, but we will. We're going to go with that to begin with. Oh, and I've got one of these things off of one of these strips, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in the middle of that piece. And then we can go ahead. Now, I'm going to end up putting another one on there. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to do it behind another glue dot on here. I'm going to put it behind an embellishment so that it shows on there better. So this, by doing it there, now is this going to, let me see if this is going to work. I've got some black dimensionals. And we are going to come in, and this is another one of those strip things. Really want to pop those up. Yeah, I could. Yes, I could definitely do that, Marilyn, but I can't now. I've got it on there now. I'm committed now. I like layers, and to me, a sentiment layer without it being layered doesn't pop off the paper for me, so this will be okay. And now I can't get this off. Let me see. No, you can kind of see it behind there, so I'm going to have to trim some of this off. I should have trimmed that off to begin with. You see how that's going to work. You know me, I do things on the fly, so if they don't work, we're going to try to fix them, or we're just going to take this part off. Like, do we want to just do the words behind there? Yeah, that might be okay, but then I'm not going to get... I want this off of here. So you know what? I'm going to just take that completely off. I want to be able to pop this stuff up. I think if it was behind here, it would be okay. Let's see there. And I'm going to just put a tiny little bit in here. I tell ya. There we go. Let's see how that's going to work on there. So this is going to go on there. Just going to put that a little bit. It's going to pop off there. I'm going to have to glue behind here, so I'm going to glue there. Yes, I you know, like I say, I'm not sure. You know, I've got this like this, so this is no big deal. I can watch. Let's see how this works. The only thing is attaching that vellum. Let's see how that's going to work. Okay, there we go. That works a little bit better, so let's do that. And that's already done with the glue dots there. Now, if I do this, maybe, can I do something that, you know, they're not going to really pop up, but we're going to have to live with that. So, you know, there is one way I can pop it up a little bit. So let me come in with my glue dots. Okay. Hey, it's all about you guys, right? So I'm going to we're going to scrunch this up, and we're going to get a bit of, just a bit of dimension on there, not a lot. Let's do another one. And you know, there's something from that other stamp set that I'm going to use. I think it'll work okay. So that's coming like that. Like the pink? Okay, well, you guys are the boss. So there we go there. Now, to me, that needs something up. It's not high enough. That was the other reason why I was going up for a bit higher. But in this particular thing, and I'm hoping I don't ruin this card by doing this, there's this bird. And I think I could put some birds up there. Is that too big of a bird? Do you think that's too big of a bird? What other stamp set has birds in it? Oh, is it Grassy Grove? No. What other one has birds in it? Somebody help me out. What other one has birds in it? I know we used to have some. There we go. This one in the Grove does. Are they big enough? Or are those too big of, is this too big of a bird? It's this big of a bird. Do you think? I think that would look really, oh, you know what? I could always make another card, right? If it doesn't work, I can do another card, right? So if I did this, watch, I'm going to do something here. The birdhouse, but is it too big of a bird? So if I had this going up in the sky, boy, I can't even tell which way they go. Let me see. I've got to put those up there. Okay, let's go. See, I don't know how this is going to go. I'd try it. You want me to try it? Okay, let's go. All right. And I don't think one bird's enough. I know we had some that went, like this is kind of like it, but it's not right. Is there another one that has a bird? Like, you know how you have those little birds up in the sky? And I know there's some out there. Oh, look at that. No, that's good. Are there any? That bird is not. Okay, I'm back. I have no idea what happened there. What happens is I've got it muted on my computer, muted on everything else, because otherwise you get a feedback, but I have it on my phone. So, okay, so we have sound now, right? Retired on the horizon. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's go back to this. Unbelievable. And now let's get back to this one. Yes, there's so many retired ones, but honestly, all that stuff is in my retired BOGO. So I don't have any of those stamp sets in my collection. So unfortunately, we are, I could have used the die cut in this. That's too funny that I lost the sound again. I don't know. Sometimes it just flips off with my phone. I kind of bet I know. Somebody's called me and it's flipped off is what's happened. Okay, so we have those. Do we want the little bird like that or stamped? You know what? I could have even done words up here. You know what? I'm going to go here and do this. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 birds like that. Now let's go ahead and put this onto the cardstock. I wish those trees were a little bit bigger, but it gives you the option. Now, what I probably could have done was I could have had this further down on the piece of paper. So I could have had more here. This might have worked. And then have less of that up there. And then this would have brought up more to the top part. So just to let you know is, you guys know I don't have retired stuff out here. I sell my retired stuff. But I knew there was a bird somewhere. Okay, so this one possibly, and it could have gone here. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it because I want to show you that this is going to work with this particular stamp set. It kind of upsets me that this is not working the way I had visioned it. So this is 3 7/8. And now we're going to go at 5 1/8. So see, that's going to take down that part. So now what's going to happen is this. Look at this. I'm taking my whole card apart. Oh, well. Now we can do that thinking of you fondly. I'm probably going to be mad at myself for doing this now. But I've got 2 there and I can always switch back. But I think this will work. And you know what? I don't think that Night of Navy is dark. I mean, that Misty Moonlight is dark enough. So I'm going to use my Night of Navy. And sorry, I'm just going to check this out to make sure it's straight. Okay. So let's do that right there. There, that's better. You guys are so good for me. You like the first card? Well, we're going to do almost the same thing. So it's not like we're doing anything really different. So I just think that this would look better with the trees up higher. See? And that's taking more space up here. And I think that's important. And that gives you a better balance with the card. So 1 there, 1 there, And one there. There we go. See how that fills the card up better? Don't you think? Anyways, now we can't very well do anything with that. So I'm just going to turn it over. And I've got something on there, so we're going to come in with my eraser. Not that it matters on the inside, but it definitely matters on that outside part. Now I can go ahead, put that right on there. See, that's how it's going to work. Oops. Yeah, you can see the difference. You just need it to be up higher, right? Because the other one was down so much lower and just had too much, we would call that real estate, right? Up at the top. Anyways, we're changing it. Oh dear. It's all because of you guys, right? That's why I like this one. This one is like, let's get it out there. Let's see what we can do with this sort of stuff. Like I say, that vellum I wanted to show off, well, that didn't work, right? But that could work on something else. See, that would look okay if it was up there because you see it more, right? Anyways, I'll just put that in my bin for the school kids to play with and to figure out what to do with. All right, so let's just, and yes, I can't get that off because I glued it. So there's no point in even going and trying to take that off. I could have put it on another sheet of cardstock. I didn't have it ready, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. I love this Fresh Freesia and this Misty Moonlight together. Okay, so we have that. And now we have a piece to go on the inside. Well, I did have a piece. Now, whether I use that or not. All right, so what do we want to do on the inside? Is this? Yeah, there we go. So, thinking of you fondly. Anyways, I think what we could do on this is let's go and keep it tied in here. Let's go in and just put one of these trees on there. Now this is photopolymer, so I'm going to have to come in and use my paper piercing mat. And I've got that right behind me. So let's go here. Now I know I'm going to need this down here. So let me just go and put some. There you go. Thank you, Diane. Yes. You know what? You never know until you do it. I don't do up. If I did up cards before I do it and have a card sample to show you ahead of time, honestly, I would have twice as many cards as I already have in this studio. And trust me, I have so much. Ah, look good with a hot air balloon. There you go. Yes, always changing, Sandra. You know that. So we're just going to put this part down here. Yeah, that'll be good in there. And like I say, this is using the trees in a way and mixing and matching because it's so important to take your stuff and get lots of use out of your stuff. So let's go ahead and put that on there. I should probably let that dry a bit. So interesting day today. So that just shows you that we can sit there and change our mind as we're going. Like I say, that first one just did nothing for me because it was just too low in there. Now I could probably put some more of those glue dots on there to make it, or I could let it go. But I think it's a lot better like that. And now we have some perfect embellishments to go with it. I just hope I have enough of that color. And these are the 3 tinsel gems. And they have some beautiful Misty Moonlight. And we're going to be using the big ones on there. That's a bit of blue on there. Yeah, those birds look fine on there. Yeah, where is my... Oh, thanks. Oh. All right, so we're going to have to use the big ones. So I'm just going to come down here. There's a bit of a blotch there. And let's do a couple. And another one up here. All right. So there we go. There's our card. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, thank you for being so patient with me. Like I say, you never know. Like I say, that's what happens when you go on the fly. But I think it turned out okay. Yeah, I think it turned out okay. It's definitely a little bit different. Who would think of doing that with this particular frosted trees? But when I saw this Thoughtful Wishes designer series paper, I knew I had to do something with it. So anyways, thanks. You guys are really kind. Anyways, thanks so much. Give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. And I do love the fact that somebody has a laughing face on there because yes, I do play around quite a bit. Remember to create because it's great for the soul. Now, if you have any ideas of different things that you want to see, reach out to me because I am more than willing to play with something. Like I say, it's been one of those busy days. I've had lots of people here. I've had three Zooms today, actually. So it's just been one of those days. So thank you very much. And remember to create, like I said, because it's great for the soul. Take care. Bye for now.